Yes, everybody, welcome. Another day, another full day, another podcast. Thank you for joining my podcast. Thank you for welcome to my podcast, my dear podcast, Dave Nation. Thank you very much. This is a Dave TV special edition. Special edition. Shall we call it a special edition? I think we should be saying that, right? The special edition. Well, it's going to be a special edition. Oh, special edition. Anyway, we're going to move on, as my friend once said before. We're going to move on. This is where a topic I want to talk about. The dual group of... Actually, this is a poppy group called Wham. If the people don't know what Wham is, should go look back in the early 80s. This is a dual group. I'll give you a clue. A Wham group, if people don't know, was formed by a little kid. He goes by the name of George Michael. Yes, in the early days, known as George Michael. His mother called him George Michael. Can you believe that? And as the story goes, and after a while, when he was a much older kid, he wanted to start a singing thing. This so-called singing thing, he wanted to get another guy in the band. I said, let's form a band, let's form a rock band, let's do a duo. That duo, the next guy who came in the place of Wham, and don't get me wrong, we had George Michael in the mix, but we needed another guy. We needed that other duo guy. Along comes this guy named Andrew. He was part of the Wham group, which a lot of people don't know. Andrew, now I don't know his last name. I don't want to pronounce it because I might get it wrong. But he's the guy that when you see in the music videos, if you go on YouTube, type in Wham, you'll see in the music videos, that's the other guy from George Michael. He's the guy who's on guitaring to singing, you name it. He's that other guy. If you see in the music videos, he's clearly well known in the music videos and the songs that he had out there. So you got George Michael, you got Andrew guy forming a group called Wham, and the name sticked. People liked it. They were gonna. It was like money in the bank. It was like, if I were to say it right now, like money in the bank, sort of thing. It was money to the how do you say, music producers. It was money everywhere. Money was, as they say, flowing. These were duo of Wham. Can you believe it? George Michael. People looked at the music videos and said, "Who's this guy Wham? Who's this album called Wham?" All they know is the song is going to be great. They know it's going to be greatness in here. There's going to be good songs. Their kids are going to eat it up. They're not literally eat it up. They're going to listen to it really good. When they had a couple of songs, I'll give you an example from that. I think it was the very first album. I don't know. I could not remember what first album they had. I think this was the second album. This is around, I think, 84, 85. George Michael and that Andrew guy formed a band called Wham. At this point, had an album out. I think what's it called? The title. They had Wham, and they had another title on the bottom of the album. And they had their life-size picture of themselves on an album cover. You'll notice when you go to a record store, you'll know when you see their album cover. That's them. And I kid you not, they had a couple songs. They had Wake Me Up Before You Go. It was a little poppy song. Makes you want to dance kind of thing. And it was kind of poppy. It was like it was like you got up in the morning and felt great type of song. It was like nothing was going to go wrong in the morning. It was like that kind of song. It was a wake me up kind of a song. It was like you're a really fresh person. It was a kind of poppy song. It was a little kind of poppy song, if you know what I mean. And then you had the Careless Whisper. It was kind of like a, what do you call it, slow dance romantic song? You can hear it in the whole entire song. It's slow. It's very slow in tempo. The song itself is slow, and it's like something you want to dance in a wedding or something. You know, it's like a wedding song. I call it the wedding song, essentially. You can use this song in a wedding song if you wanted to. It's that slow. The tempo on that song is very slow. It's not like very poppy where you want to get up and dance and everything. But I kid you not, that was Kara's Whisper. The next song on that album was All That She Wants. Now, if you get what I'm saying in that song, I think they can say it best. I think George Michael, if he was still alive today, he would say it best what that song really means. But it was, this is another poppy song, but it was kind of like, I think he was going with a, I don't know, how you describe that song in one, if you hear that song for the very first time, you'll know what I'm going to say about this. It had a drum beat, had like, I'll give you a description of the song. It had little drum beats in it. It was like, I don't know, what do you call this? Electronic songs. Anyway, it was something you may want to dance to it. You may not. But anyway, moving on. Shall we move on? Okay, so at this time, Wham was going great. The kids loved it. The music people loved it. Everybody loved it. It was like Alex Jones would say, it's a win-win situation. It was win for everybody. It made the kids happy, it made the record company happy, it made everybody happy. It made George Michael happy, made Andrew happy. People loved it. It was like surfer music to them. Anyway, I kid you not, if you listen to that album, it's like surfing music. It's like in the early 80s, people will love to do that and take that to the beach songs. And I kid you not. So anyway, at this time, George Michael was getting that, people were liking George Michael besides Andrew. So they pushed Andrew to the side, that Andrew guy in the side. This George Michael we're looking on the videos, he's pretty cute. Girls today would think he was pretty cute. I think he has potential to, in his career, further his career sort of way, if you know what I mean. I think there's potential there. Like his music career would have evolved right after Wham if nothing else fails, kind of thing. Yeah, I think his music career did. So he went after he left Wham. I kid you not, he left Wham. Everybody was saying, "Oh, that he left Wham." Yeah, sorry to say, yeah, he left Wham, but he went to a solo career. George Michael himself went to a solo career. I kid you not. He went solo. It's like every single on a rock band would love to go solo. This is George Michael's moment. He went solo. He tried to win out on his own. Try it. If it fails, don't worry. But yeah, the couple songs that George Michael did that a lot of people did gravitate to. I'll give you the name of the songs that he did in the early 90s. This is coming up to the early 90s. He did a couple of songs. He did the Faith song. He did like a song called a Faith song, whatever that meant. But it was, I don't know how you describe that Faith song, but I think he used a guitar in that song. Did he use that guitar? He used a couple of guitaring sounds on it. I don't know. Anyway, I think it was acoustic guitar he was using on that song. I'm pretty sure he was. But anyway, nonetheless, moving on, as people would say, from Faith, we got this other song title that he also wrote. Singers like to sing in a sexual nature. This song had a sexual title in the song. I kid you not, this has to do with sex. And yes, I said it. Sex. He used a title song of that. I kid you not. But anyway, this is George Michael, Go figure, I mean, these are the songs you would never ever do. These were songs you would never do. But anyway, somebody had to do it, right? But George Michael did a song called, the S word. And it worked for him. He got personified pretty much. And yes, that was the second song from his solo career. Now, I don't know what album that was at that time. People could go look it up on Wikipedia. I know they could do their deep searching. But yeah, George Michael was a very cute guy. I didn't like him at the time, but I did like him on the '85 album. Until then, I just completely lost faith out of him. I literally did. I'm not kidding you not. He went solo, and I thought to myself, well, okay, he's all right. But nonetheless, George Michael, from that point on, this was somewhere in the '90s that he was going solo. All those times, there's people they were riding a wave of George Michael. Trust me, all these young girls, teenage girls, as they would say, are riding a wave of George Michael, reaping the benefits of him. I mean, this is the guy who's all the girls would think he was cute, George Michael kind of guy. But yeah, he set the profile out there, and these were young girls, just like 16-year-old girls. And they were liking George Michael, like really liking his music, really gravitating to his music. I mean, not really like him so, because he's got to have a life of his own. He's still got to have a life. He doesn't have a girlfriend at the time. He's just went solo in his career. Hopefully, maybe in the long term, he'll have a girlfriend and a wife and everything, and have a family thing. But until then, he's having a solo career. He's having a great time of his life, that people would say. And he's putting out records that the girlies to the kids would love and scream their top of their lungs, kind of thing. And they're really loving the guy. I mean, who is not to love? Anyway, like I said, George Michael, I think it's run its course. By the year 2000s, I think George Michael didn't have any albums out, as far as I know. So George Michael was coming up to he was 53 years old. I kid you not, 53 years old, George Michael. And at the year 2000s, we didn't hear very much of George Michael in those 2000s years. I don't think. You guys can refresh my memory on that. But Andrew, that Andrew guy, at this point, we were not hearing from Andrew, the other guy from Wham. If you were to push him aside, he would probably be out of the picture, kind of thing. Yeah. Because they're more focused on George Michael than they were on Andrew Guy on the Wham group. I mean, it was out of Fallon kind of thing. I kid you not, folks. I kid you not. But let me focus on the year 2000. When it came to the year 2000s, I think George Michael was kind of left off on the charts, even with music today. I think if girls today would hear his music, I think they would. That one song that people love from. One song that George Michael did really do was a Christmas song. I almost forgot about this. That song called, what was it called? White Christmas? Was it White Christmas? I can't remember the song, but it was so Christmas song. It was like that White Christmas album with the Bing Crosby song. But it was like the Wham version. I forget the title and name of that song. If someone could refresh me that memory of it, but yeah. There is the extended version on that one, by the way. It was sort of a Christmas song. If you can go on YouTube and check that out, Wham did actually a Christmas song. I kid you not. A lot of artists in the early '80s and '90s did a Christmas song, but they didn't promote it out to the public out there. Every singer out there has done a Christmas album. A Christmas album. Can you believe that? Christmas album. It's not just the Bing Crosbys of the world. But these are singers. They do like a regular album, and then they get a follow-up with a Christmas album at the end of the year. Every singer's done that. I mean, yeah. And they try and make their Christmas song special than everybody else. And yeah, I don't know if I will make a Christmas album, but I'm pretty sure that George Michael, if he actually did. He actually did. I almost forgot about this song, but he actually did. So in the year 2000s, I think his career was never. Not many people really knew where George Michael was at the time in the year 2000s. I think people were just worried about themselves than George Michael being George Michael as a singer. I think he knew a few people around the music industry. Just mingled, a couple of people. Talked, and he knew a few people. He knew like Elton John, if I throw down a name here. Elton John was another singer. A lot of people like Elton John's music would know him, but he knew him very well. He just sung a compilation song called, I think, I forget what the title name was that. But anyway, they did a dual song. Yeah, so about that time, people didn't recognize. They always say the question in the world today, where's George Michael? Where's that Wham guy? Because this is the year 2000s. Remember, it was coming up to age 1999 to the year 2000s with this Y2K thing going on. The world didn't end, by the way, people. We're still here. The world didn't end in the year 1999, in that December 31. People were very worried about this Y2K, and we were all worried because we thought the world's going to end the next day. But it didn't. Thank God for the world. It's still here, folks. Yes, it's still here. But anyway, in the year 2000s, we didn't hear very much about George Michael, but he mingled around the, what do you call it, musical people, and tried to mingle around, but he didn't put out albums or songs out there. He just did a few concert tours, and then didn't do any new material that people come to love and appreciate him. But the concerts were great. He was doing that for a while, and I think at a point in time, I think he did several TV appearances. But I think at one TV appearance, this was 2007. He was on a TV show. I forget the name of the TV show, but they asked him about a few things about his past stuff. But he kind of opened up on that, and he didn't like what he was saying. He was kind of regretting about his past. But sometimes they say past will creep up to the future, kind of thing. But yeah, at that time, it was 2007. I think George Michael really, besides himself, he was thinking of the human aspect, not just him being a singer, all famous and everything. He was just George Michael, the normal guy, essentially. But anyway, there you go, folks. George Michael, Andrew has a book out. He's doing the lifestyle. There's a book out about him. Go in the bookstore, ask for the Wham book of the group, dual group of George Michael and. Andrew, the other guy, Andrew, he's promoting that book right now. Go in the bookstore and get it. And I'm not just saying it; he is saying it on a few book tours around. And he did a Q&A session to the fans, and that's it, everybody. Thank you very much. Peace, y'all, everybody. Thank you very much.